All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on an absolute secret weapon for the digital SAT math section. If you've ever found yourself stressing out over quadratic equations, what you're about to see is going to be a complete game changer. So this is basically the choice you have on test day. Over on the left, you've got the old way, manual math. You know what I'm talking about? It's slow, it's stressful, and honestly, it's a minefield for making one of those tiny signers that messes everything up. But on the right, that's the Desmos way, and it's built right into your test. It's instant, it's visual, and it's pretty much error-proof. Guess which one we're focusing on today?
And look, let's be clear, this isn't some obscure topic that might show up once. Nope. Quadratic equations, and especially finding their maximum or minimum value, are a guaranteed, cornerstone part of the SAT. Getting this down isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential if you're aiming for a top score.
Doesn't this just give you chills? It's that classic test day nightmare. We've all been there, right? You do all this work, you feel confident, and then you realize you dropped a negative sign way back on step one. Well, that's the exact problem we are going to make extinct. So, how long does this new magical method take? A few minutes? Maybe 1 minute if you're really fast? Nah. Take a look at this number, 5. I am talking about transforming a long, annoying calculation into a task that takes you 5 seconds. Seriously. So how on earth does this work? Well, it all starts with changing how you think about that calculator they give you. It's not just for adding and subtracting anymore. It is a strategic advantage. It's your digital secret weapon. And here's the key, the real magic behind it. The Desmos method gives you instant visual proof. You're not just plugging in numbers and kind of hoping you did the arithmetic right. You are literally seeing the graph pop up on the screen, which makes it almost impossible to make one of those simple, costly mistakes. Okay, you ready? Let's get into the how-to. This is the heart of it all. A super simple, easy-to-remember process that I call the 5-second Vertex. It is genuinely this simple. Just 3 little steps. First, you type the equation into the calculator exactly how you see it in the problem. Don't simplify it, don't rearrange it, just type it. Second, Desmos instantly draws the graph for you. All you have to do is look for the little gray dot at the very top or very bottom of the curve. And third, you just click on it. That's it. The coordinates just appear. Now pay attention, because this is the #1 trap you have to avoid. When a question asks for the maximum value or the minimum value, it is always asking for the y coordinate. Always. It is so easy to accidentally pick the x value, but just burn this into your brain. The value of the function is the y. Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking right now. This sounds a little too good to be true, right? So let's just tackle the most common questions head on, and I'll show you why this method is the clear winner. So the first big question is always about the speed. Is this really faster than doing it the old school way, with the whole x equals -b/2a formula? The answer is a huge, definite yes. And here's why. Real speed on the SAT isn't just how fast you can scribble. It's how fast you can lock in the correct answer. This method completely removes all the manual math, and that's where everybody loses points when the clock is ticking. No calculation means no calculation errors. Simple as that. But what about the different ways they write these equations? Does this hack only work for that standard form? What if they throw a vertex form or a factored form at you? And that's the beautiful part. It works for everything. The Desmos calculator doesn't care. Standard form, vertex form, factored form, it handles it all. You just type in what they give you, and the calculator does the heavy lifting. It's a total powerhouse. And this vertex trick, it's not just a one-off thing. It's really a doorway to a much bigger, more powerful strategy for the whole test, working smarter, not harder. Once you see what this calculator can do for parabolas, you'll start seeing its potential everywhere. I mean, think about some of those other question types that are a huge pain, like finding the line of best fit in a scatter plot, or solving a really messy system of equations. Desmos can turn those problems, which used to be total time sinks, into quick, easy points. And that really brings us to the big idea here. We were all taught that there's one right way to solve a math problem. But the digital SAT, it's changed the game. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. What other old test-taking rules are just waiting for you to break them with the right tool?